Shopify grows your business no matter how far or big you grow. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. Whether you're selling your fans' next favorite shirt or an exclusive piece of podcast merch, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the US. Allbirds, Rothy's, Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Plus, Shopify's award-winning help is there to support your success every step of the way. Because businesses that grow, grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/income, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/income now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in.
Why can't every day be like this? No simple road. Yeah, no, I've been on that road too.
I talk to myself. I talk in my sleep.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Let's talk about this.
Let's talk about talking. Talk about talking.
Just
don't stop talking.
Taco about
hey, everybody.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
Wow, far out. Here we are. It's a weird, cloudy, dreary day.
It's a very Portland day. Yes.
And we're in the studio with the Jauntee.
We are.
Yes,
welcome back.
Welcome back, Jauntee.
It's good, gents.
Thank you.
Mel and I just realized that this is number 3.
Yeah.
So first time was you two. Last time you were here.
Everybody's headphones working okay?
They're now.
Okay.
Are you good?
I was gonna say just mess with if everybody's having a just left ear or something, just mess with the wire a little
fiddle.
Mine are fucked up.
Okay.
Hold on. Everybody hold on.
Everybody hold on. Everybody's holding.
Hello. Oh, there we go. That's much better. Okay. So what were we saying now?
24.
What were you talking about?
We were talking about how the jam happens.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about actually Fish Summer Tour, and I'm bringing all of you into the conversation with this. And Mel had asked Scott.
Oh, I didn't know you were going that far back.
Yeah,
I thought
let's just get in it.
All right, we're talking about Mondegreen.
Oh,
how could we not?
Yeah,
I brought it up. I asked if Scott went. He said yes, and then he proceeded to tell me.
Scott, what's your take on the summer tour?
I think they're playing awesome this summer.
That's it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, in general, I think this has been like the best summer since 21, and then 15 was probably the last time before that where they've been like, Trey sounds really good. They're jamming a bunch.
Yeah.
I just think they sound good in general.
I agree.
Hey, we said that Trey is sounding really good. It almost sounds like he's been having a vocal coach, or
he does have a vocal coach. He has a dude that travels with him.
Oh, okay.
There's a guy. I saw him, and they do all kinds of like crazy vocal exercises backstage. Whatever.
All the things.
Yeah. But we were talking about the jam and like these the 40-minute tweezers and whatever. And I said, I wonder if there's like a discussion in the practice room beforehand, like, hey, we're gonna take this and stretch it out. And all you guys said no. You don't think so?
Don't. Definitely not for the length. The length just kind of happens.
Yeah.
Naturally.
And yeah, somebody mentioned Standpoint, that live album we just put out. Definitely none of that was planned at all.
Yeah, that was all just riding the energy in the room. We had no idea what we were getting into that night. Never played.
You never played Sandpoint before?
Never played Sandpoint before. We get there, we're setting up, and
get a little closer on the
mic.
Yeah.
Someone who was working there mentioned that, like, oh, there's only a couple tickets left tonight, and I was like, what? It's like, what are you talking about? There's no way. And then sure enough, it ended up selling out that night, which was just wild to me. real close to the Canadian border, way the heck up there.
Is it? It's not a big town, right?
No, and it was a Sunday night.
So you just you never know.
Yeah, that was random.
Never
Idaho's
know.
kind of heady.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard tell
Isn't
of
that where the Shook Twins are from?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sandpoint.
okay.
Sandpoint.
But yeah, that show
Oh,
ended
really?
up just popping off, and we the crowd was just super rowdy and into it, getting in our faces, and we just gave
Dang.
it back as best as we could, and
Yeah.
it ended up being a thing. We were just like, we have to share this.
So when you're
Aw.
in the long or in the song and the jam has happened and it's going, like how the fuck do you know when to stop? I've always wondered that
It's
too.
when the ideas stop happening and when the band stops when there always comes to a point where it's like, okay, it's kind of like teetering out, or like maybe we've done this for a little bit too long and it just feels like it needs to go to something else, or
Right.
you kind of like let the music itself tell you. It'll if you feel it and listen to it, it'll let you know.
Do you guys think
Yeah.
that that's a skill that you learn over time, like as like a musician that plays improvisational music? Is that something that a skill that you acquire over time, or
Definitely. And then sometimes you lose that skill, and then sometimes it comes back. It's an ebb and flow
Okay.
of like you might be more attuned to like listen for it, but then it's also pretty easy to get distracted and then miss it too. So it's easy to like have that skill one night, and then like even the next song or something, it like crashes and burns in a different way if it's not all jiving right. You know?
and I would imagine there's times when like one of you guys wants to keep going and the rest of the guys are trying to bring it home.
Right. That can happen for sure.
It's I would imagine that's kind of frustrating. Or what?
Or vice versa. Like, or you said,
Yeah.
you said you
person.
want to keep going. Yeah. Sometimes like you want to, like, man, I wish this would like change soon,
Are you,
and it
The
doesn't.
rest of the band is just
Yeah.
continuing on. You're like, okay.
Because I've wondered
Exactly.
that a lot too. Is like, I wonder if anybody in the band is ever like, Jesus Christ, like, don't play that phrase again. Or
There's this moment in the 8/27/72 Dark Star that that Bobby is like so not into it. You can like see it on the video, and I think about that a lot because like I listened to that thing like so many times, and I was like, damn, this whole thing is so sick. And then like I saw a video and Bobby's trying to like cut it off, like deep in the psychedelia, And I'm like, man, he was just not feeling
Not
it.
fucking
That's
having it.
lame, you know?
Wow.
so that then
Proves that it doesn't matter.
Well,
You're
yeah.
just being a conduit no matter what. You can have a
Right.
good or bad attitude.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
And do you like, do you know when it's happening? Like when the machine is on and it's clicked. Do you guys all know?
I feel like normally when it's definitely really good, everybody knows. If it's like really jiving,
Mhm.
there can be times where like someone feels like they're doing a good job, but like the music isn't really necessarily elevated or something.
Right.
But
Right.
I think that if the music is elevated, like everybody plays a part in that, so therefore everybody's like aware that it's like creating the Voltron of the smaller parts or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's I just think as a spectator, like seeing bands jam, when you see everybody in the band with like eyes closed, when they're not looking at each other for cues, they're like really in the jam.
Guys are gone.
Everybody's in the same
Right.
place as like I am, and they're just like catching butterflies, whatever,
Right.
just in the jam
Yeah,
until you start seeing signals and
I feel like when the jam is like the best or the most locked in is when you're like kind of in the most flow state and like unaware of even you're just like in a state of flow and not thinking about it.
The music plays the band.
This
Yeah.
is true.
Yes.
I've heard that before somewhere. I
Wise
think.
words.
Yeah.
John Denver.
I actually came up with a.
You did?
Just
You
right
should
now.
write that shit down. I've seen like, we've talked about this before on the show. Like there's the closing a Winterland video with the Dead and Jerry's playing and you could see like he's gone. Haha. But you could see it though. You could literally see that like
unintended.
he
it
has
just
left the
happens.
building and something else is like kind of
Right.
doing the thing, and then you'll see him like open his eyes and be like, Whoa.
Yeah.
He
Right.
does have that woman. He kind of like,
kinda like,
almost
oh,
startled,
shit,
like,
I'm on
oh,
stage
shit,
playing
I'm
guitar.
Yeah.
Like that, I would imagine that's the, without 600 hits of acid in the cake, like that's the goal.
Yeah. It's an out of body thing sometimes, for sure.
And is that the thing that like makes the long road trips and sleeping on couches?
That's the dragon we're all chasing.
Yeah. Okay.
For sure.
Makes sense. Totally.
So how has it been for
That's
you
what
all
I
this
was going to say.
yeah.
That's what I'm interested in hearing, because this was really exciting, the build up to this Pacific Northwest tour, because we've been talking about it for a while.
Well, yeah. I forgot.
Like presenting
too. Yeah.
us
Thanks for letting us do
presenting-
that, you guys. Letting us
Yeah.
present the Jauntee in the
Thank
Pacific
you
Northwest.
for doing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm just, you guys played some interesting places here that I the only one I've been, well, the Big Dirty that you guys are playing tomorrow night,
Yes,
right?
that's a pretty
And
cool
and then the
It's a dope
Goodfoot
room.
we've been to a
Goodfoot.
bunch of times, but
Yeah, this was a fun run because there's no days off, so it's just like go for it kind of thing. We're just 6 shows in a row. Like, it's not a very long tour, but that's a pretty hefty run in a row. And then we started at this place in Hood River called The Ruins, which is a really cool venue that everyone should patron, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, it's like
Totally
a
cool.
cool community vibe with like the owners and stuff, and the venue itself is amazing. It's like a broken down building, no roof kind of thing. And it's a beautiful night. And,
It's
so that was-
magical over there.
It really
yeah.
is. So that was great. And then we were in Seattle at the High Dive, which is like classic kind of rock bar, pretty sweet spot. And then what were we at? Oh yeah, Bend. That's right, Volcanic Theater. That's a great spot also.
And then the Talent Club in Talent, Oregon.
Yeah.
Tell
On
us.
Talent Ave.
Is it really on Talent Ave?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about Talent, Oregon. I'm so curious.
It's crunchy as hell. I think it's like mostly weed farmers.
Hell
that
yeah.
Have
Okay.
been there since like the 90s though. Like they've been doing it a long time up there.
Yeah.
And then it's just like a divey ass bar that had shag carpet on the walls and
Oh shit.
smells a little funny, but you get used to it.
That's
you know?
mold, by the way. You all have black mold in your lungs now.
It's got a nice charm to it.
and that definitely is Pop Farm, because it's right between Medford and Ashland. You're like, that's all like weed down there.
Yeah.
So, how did the whole Pacific Northwest run thing come about?
We just like playing up here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Aw,
We like coming up
yeah.
here. We like it when it's cool and cloudy.
you guys should move up
Nice.
here, man. It fucking doesn't stop.
Yeah, we pretty much just honestly, from Colorado, it's kind of like easier to get here than anywhere else. Like Colorado's pretty isolated, besides like the Midwest, but we tend to have a little better time up here. And we just wanted to return soon after because we had so much fun in February. So
Do you guys see a fan base grown here for you?
yes, sorry, coffee.
Yeah, I would say more than other areas of the country, in general, a little bit
Heck yeah.
quicker. I mean, a couple places we played this time, we've only played like Ben. We've only played once before.
Yeah, but we had
But
a
there's
good crowd
there's
out.
people
Yeah.
that came out and knew
Exactly,
us. So
yeah.
it's also doable in like a week's time, like we did.
Mm.
And like Tyler had a kid recently. We can't go on the road for quite as long, so it's doable more often than trying to get to the East Coast.
Yeah.
It's fun, and we like it up here.
It's a different vibe. The Pacific Northwest has its own peculiar kind of thing going on. It's different than anywhere. It may look similar to places back east, but the feeling here is different than anywhere else that I've ever been to, for
I
sure.
like it here.
All right. So tell me about the Sandpoint show. Like, you guys go there, you do the thing. The room is pretty much sold out, and you play the show. How do you decide that that's going to be the next Jaunts of Our Lives release?
I think like once we knew the recording worked, which is always question number one. We were like, well, we all like were, right afterwards was like, that was good. We all thought that was good.
Yeah,
And then
definitely.
once the recording worked and it turned out pretty well, we were like, we should probably put some of these on like a compilation. We traditionally with those Jaunts of Our Lives releases, we were doing like compilations of shows. So
Mhm.
like maybe like a whole run or something. We pick out like quote unquote like 2 sets worth or something. But this one we decided just to make it shorter and just have it all be from one show. And we had kind of like enough material in there that we thought it was worth just putting out.
Mhm.
And then we linked with this company,
Heady Wax Fiends?
Heady Wax Fiends, yeah. And they, we had been trying to find something to put out, and then just
How'd you link with them? Or you contacted them?
No,
I think they contacted us.
they
Really?
contacted us.
That's dope.
I didn't know, I
Contacted
didn't know
our
that.
manager.
I didn't know that actually. But yeah, so they are distributing it for us right now to their people, and then we'll get like the people that are signed up for the subscription or whatever. And then I guess next month we'll get the remainder and we'll sell them off.
So, hey, everybody listening, when you sign up at Heady Wax Fiends, use the code NSR, man.
Yes.
Do that.
Yeah.
Because then, like, if you sign up for the 3-month, you get a free album. And if you sign up for the 6-month, you get 2 free albums. And you can get
Can't
the jump.
afford not to.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's right.
Yeah.
I love the pressing he did of your album too, because I love purple's like my favorite color.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I love the way it looks. What Chris is doing with Heady Wax
I have
Fiends
4
is
shades
amazing.
of purple on right now. I just realized. If you count maroon as purple,
Yeah,
Oh,
I would. I
it's
would.
in it.
I You distracted me. I don't know what the fuck I was gonna say. 4 shades of purple. I don't know what to do with that. The guys at Heady Wax Fiends are amazing people. Like what they're doing for bands is really cool.
Are they up here in the?
No,
No.
Chris is in Denver.
Oh,
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
With
Yeah,
you-
that's I was
Yeah.
telling him we're going to be sitting with him when we do our podcast at Fire on the Mountain.
oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he is. We had him over to the house, and it makes sense that he reached out to your management. Whatever he is like constantly scouring and listening to every musician, and like he's an amazing source for music,
Yep.
Yeah,
new
he
music,
really
and
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 pressing
giving-
albums for other bands that like can't afford to press albums for
Right.
themselves.
Right. Yeah.
And-
No, it's a daunting thing, especially because we had to do a double vinyl because live stuff. You know.
Oh yeah.
Like, I
Right.
think
Yeah.
The
It's
fame
a
is
good-
like one side. Oh.
Yeah, side A of disc 2 is just one song on this
Whoa.
release. Yeah, it's
They
just
fill up quick.
it's like a 22-minute long
Fame, yeah.
and then just the subsequent jam that followed it.
Yeah, you
Got
can
pretty
fit
wild.
22 minutes on each side,
Yeah.
pretty much.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Well, you can fit more, but it just starts to degrade the quality at that point.
So one thing I've always wondered is like, you guys played the show, obviously, and you decide that you're going to put this out as an album. Do you go back and listen to it again together?
Not together, but on. I mean, I was mixing it down. We mix all our shows down for nugs.net anyways. So we I'd listened to it a few times, and I remember just thinking like everything on it was just like just about like as perfect as it could get, for that moment. And it just so yeah, I listened to it a few times. I know you guys.
You guys?
listened through to it. I
Yeah,
think Scott,
I
you did the
mixed it,
mix.
so
I listened to
listened
it the day that it came out.
Yeah.
really.
Is it hard? Is it hard to be objective with your own stuff?
I think it's easier and easier to become objective with it. Like
Yeah.
before, it was like every little thing I'd pick out that I didn't like. But now it's like, hey, for just like some random night in some random town and playing guitar, like that's pretty good.
You
know?
learn how to have like grace with yourself a little bit.
Exactly.
Heck yeah.
It's kind of the same thing with this. When we first started doing it, like I would listen to my voice. I'd be like,
Yeah, like every little mouth click.
yeah, and every and now I'm at the point where I can listen back and I'm just be a listener and be objective. Like,
Right.
That
and
was
that helps.
It's
yeah.
Like
easier
once you
now.
start to discover that kind of helps with the performance side of it too. Or like as you're doing it, it's like you can give yourself grace in the moment where you like feel like you might have messed something up you know, because you realize like, oh, like I've noticed before that it's not really that big of a deal. So just like move on and
Yeah.
continue moving forward. Kind
That's
of
a good
thing,
point.
You know.
Yeah, it helps the process.
Well, I think too, if you're able to be a listener of your own thing, if you're creating something, and you can be objective about it, then also it can help make you better
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
because you can hear where, oh, I could have gone further with that, or for me, I could have extended that conversation more, or I should have dug into this, or like whatever.
Right. It teaches your instincts to work a little bit.
Yeah.
I had the hardest time. It took me years to be able to listen to us. My voice just sounded so annoying, and
Dude,
then
you got the coolest voice.
and then listeners would play
podcasting.
it, be like, dude, like I'd get like be stuck on one catchphrase, say like, bitching for like the entire month or something. And then I started it was like, okay, and it helped me. Like, it was like, oh my God, I say that a lot, because they'd start making fun of me.
Note to self.
Like everything.
and everything.
Yeah, like, and then recently it's been everything. I don't even say every. It's like, yeah, we did that in everything. And listeners have started to make fun of me. They do it around the house. They're like, do you get everything?
We're gonna make No Simple Road shirts that say everything.
Yeah, we're gonna start a dictionary too of words that we've made up.
Does that happen musically? Do you get stuck with like motifs and phrases?
100%.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember there was a tour
It's not just
like
me.
2 or 3 tours ago where Tyler teased butterfly. I think every show.
I'm pretty sure I did last night too.
Pretty sure I
Maybe
did
2 nights
last
ago.
night.
1 out of every 3.5 shows he teases butterfly.
Yeah.
On average. No, I feel like that's true with a lot of people. Like you can listen to like tours of Dead or Fish or something, and like the Dead will do like similar song sequences like over a tour.
Okay.
And then like you'll hear Fish kind of like move a jam in the same kind of way. Like I feel like 97 Down with Diseases always kind of like follow like a similar trajectory, and like there's like a common like it's just easy to like fall into a musical habit,
Right.
kind of thing, I guess is what I'm thinking.
There's also like more even speaking of Fish. There's more like exact lines that Trey will play. Like in '99, he'd always go like, du, 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 du. He would like Jabooz. He would like, and all '99 he'd play that same lick. And then like when they came back in 2009, he had an exact lick that he would just play over and over again. I don't even know if he was doing it purposefully. Or when you're just out of ideas, you just kind
It
of
was just
That's
stuck
what you
in
go back
there.
to.
Yeah.
back
Yeah,
to.
revert.
And I feel like I have the same thing with drums. Like I have like 10 fills that I know well.
It's like your
And I just,
comfort zone.
rotate
Like,
them around throughout an hour show.
I know
crazy.
this. I can rest here.
That's
Like,
Wow,
wild though,
I
because
know.
we don't fucking know.
Right.
Sounds like you guys are wizards.
I mean, yeah.
yeah, we are wizards.
Totally full of shit right now.
No, we make everything up every time.
So Tyler, congratulations. Did he just say your dad a new
Oh, well,
parent?
yeah. Oh, kind of new. She's about to be 2. She'll
Well,
be
yeah,
2
that's
like
really new.
Too.
That's cute.
She have a job yet?
she's got her ideas.
She's got her ideas. She's writing an album.
Right now, she thinks her job is throwing the dog bowls down the stairs.
Perfect.
That's a fun job.
Employee of the
That
month.
is. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it makes a lot of noise. She laughs. It's great.
Oh, right
What does the
on.
dog think?
They just sit there wide eyed. They're like, "What is happening?"
Who let this human into the house?
There goes our bowls again.
Yeah.
Shit.
I think that when we get to the point where we start like repeating everythings and phrases and stuff, that's when I think you need to start looking for inspiration, right?
Yes. Like I feel like that can be on a personal level, like when you're in like a practice sense, and then as like with a band or something, like it's harder on such a short scale. But like Night to Night, for example, like 2 nights ago, where were we? In Seattle, after having like a pretty fire show in Hood River. I remember musically a couple times in Seattle being like I want to do something interesting, but I can't think of anything.
Oh,
like
wow.
that kind of thing. And then the next night being like, well, I can't just like try to think of something interesting. I just have to try something, and then maybe it'll be interesting, kind of thing.
So
Yeah.
now we're in our head.
Right, exactly. So like that little flip of like the way I was thinking about it, I think helped, because then I was like, rather than being like I need to do something right now, I was just like, just do something right now.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like,
Try
maybe-
some shit.
Then maybe you'll figure it out, kind of thing.
And again, we don't fucking know,
Right.
right?
Same. Yeah.
We have no
Same.
idea out there listening. So like,
So nobody knows.
You guys are safe.
I tell you, there's that one dude in every single crowd that he knows. That's the guy that's
Well, yeah.
standing there with his arms
we've seen him.
crossed,
He doesn't
just
count.
like looking at the band like everything, like, oh, I heard that.
Right.
We all know that person.
The face of my inner monologue.
Yeah.
That was me when I used to go
Those
see
R's.
Jauntee shows before I was in the band.
Just technically, like
Now
critiquing.
it's him.
Like, I know what I
at
would have
Jauntee shows.
It's still
Just sitting
him.
on stage.
Nothing's changed if he's in the band now.
Now I can react to it.
I want to, like, I would think I would want to not think as much as possible
That's the best.
in that space. Like, just not,
Yeah.
because as
Yeah.
soon as I start thinking about, even with this, as soon as I start thinking about, oh shit, what are we going to say now? I'm fucking done.
Right.
Anything in
train
life
wreck.
all day, the
Mhm.
less you think, the better. Just all the time.
It's kinda true.
Go with the flow. Yeah.
It's kind of true.
That is like the pinnacle of like a lot of Eastern religions, right?
Yeah, isn't that like the whole be here now
Right.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
if you're
sometimes
thinking
you
about
see
the
it.
past or the future, then you're not here now and you're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a level of like you need to attempt to not think sometimes though, you know, or like you have to consciously like shut it off or something, like consciously try to not think about it. You know what I mean?
But then you're thinking about
But
it.
then you're thinking about not
It's
thinking
like-
about it.
yeah, yeah.
But at least it gets you like closer to that state, I think. I think you can like trick yourself into getting there kind of sometimes by doing that. Like shake it off. and
Okay.
Restart. Hit the restart button or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
Do you guys feel like you've gotten over the past, like, since we saw you, maybe it's been a year almost, getting there?
No, it was February.
Okay,
Yeah,
6 months.
February.
Yeah.
Half a
Yes.
year.
February
Half a year.
17th.
Yeah, half a year. Yeah.
So, how do you feel that the like progression of the band is going right now?
I think good. Not I think that it's
Always say good.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I think that like it's harder to tell because we don't play as much as we used to as far as like grinding lots and lots and lots of shows. But I think that like I don't know if that's part of the like catalyst to getting this way, but I feel like we make larger steps each time we play together just because like we don't play together as much, so therefore there's more time in between it, but we still all know kind of the direction that we want to go. So I think that we have an easier time like being in a good mood and then like finding good jams and all that kind of stuff. Like I feel like
Mhm.
that's becomes easier as time goes on.
We're all playing a lot on our own too, within those, times. So we're like, each of us are progressing a lot. Each time we come back together, it feels like we've all made little jumps. And really, this whole summer we've been working a lot on a lot of new music and starting to work on another studio project. So that's been kind of
Yeah.
a focus
Oh
lately.
yeah. So what's going on with that?
Well, we have a couple tunes that we've kind of started tracking. Scott has sent us some demos. So he flew in from Montegreen to Hood River. So when we were driving up, like we listened to those demos, kind of like made some notes, the other three guys and us. And then we haven't told Scott what we think about it yet.
No, don't do that.
That's like-
Dang.
Yeah, but yeah, so we kind of have a few songs.
That's why we brought you here today, Scott.
Right, yeah. Intervention.
Idea
Use
intervention.
too many synthesizers. Yeah, so we've been working on some tracks. We have like a handful in there. We recorded all of the album Anything, like we tracked it all ourselves, and then brought it to a studio. So I think we also just have like a way better idea of how we want that process to go, and like we're all just a little bit better at recording, I think, because of that. So we haven't done a whole lot, but I think that it's going to go a lot more smoothly this time around.
It's such a hard, I feel like jam music, you have such a harder time with studio stuff because it's not the same thing. It's not. The live thing is where you live, and then you're got to go do this. Like, I feel like it would be sterile.
No.
I think the kind of the way through that, which we kind of really finally dug into with the last album we did, Anything, that we released last year, is really embracing the differences in and kind of treating it as like two different things. And like with the live Jauntee band is one thing, and the studio Jauntee band can be something completely different. And in recording in our own space, in our own studios, and then taking the recordings to a studio to mix down, it afforded us a lot more time to just try random stuff. When we were recording, we would record like 2 days of vocal tracks that we wouldn't even use, or like a couple layers of acoustic guitars that we didn't even use, just like stuff that we wouldn't do if we were paying for studio time,
Yeah.
I recorded my washing machine.
Exactly.
Slowed it down and like made it trippy and stuff.
Yeah, for the
Hell
intro
yeah.
to the machine. Yeah, we did a lot of weird like Foley recording kind of stuff for that, like how you would record sound effects for like commercials or
Breaking
TV shows.
celery and
Yeah.
sandpaper. Yeah, okay.
And,
Hit some crash cymbals like in the bathroom.
but yeah, embracing those differences, and I feel like it really made that album a lot better because it has all these like other like layers on it that we couldn't even duplicate live, and that was kind of the intention, just to kind of
Yeah.
like leave that notion behind that we would be able to replicate these things live 100%. There's a studio version and there's a live version of each. Of
You're
all
not
those
doing
songs,
the
pretty
same
much.
thing.
Yeah,
That would be fun. You could do all these little nuances and
Yeah.
mess with it and see
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
works.
Like
And
10 layers of vocal.
Exactly.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, there's like 5 Scotts and like a couple of me and a couple Catons all layered, making like huge vocal cords on a lot of those songs. There's like that's stuff that we could never do live, but it sounds awesome on the record.
yeah.
Especially these days, like, we travel with the thing that like we just put a little USB stick in it and then we can record the show, and it's like all separately mic'd, like all the instruments are separate, multi-tracks.
All tracks going separately to the
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. So like
So easy.
like these days it's so easy to capture a really good live recording that it's like I'm kind of the mindset that it's like we can just put out a live album of pretty good quality if we want people to hear the live stuff, and then like leave the studio stuff to its own kind of like, I don't know, isolated little world.
I like that what you said though, that it's like two different things.
Yeah.
It's two different bands really. It's and it's
Definitely like two different mediums.
yeah, it's expressing yourself in a completely different way because you can get like granular with the studio.
Yeah, you can make it very deep. Lots of little things happening that a listener might not hear till like their 5th time through or something. There's all kinds of stuff. You've listened to your favorite album a bunch of times and you still put it on and you hear something different.
Yeah.
That's yeah, especially when you put on headphones and
Yeah.
listen to something.
Yeah.
You listen to like the
That-
Beach Boys or something. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff with
Like
a
their
lot of
albums,
layers. Yeah.
and then seeing them live is a different experience.
It's funny you brought that up when we had Chris Howland from Heady Wax Fiends in here. We were talking about like his favorite albums of all time, and he was like Pet Sounds.
Amen.
And I was
Really?
like, really? Pet Sounds? I had never listened to it.
It's a good album.
That album like changed my life, saved my life. It's one of my
What?
favorite albums. for sure.
Seriously?
100%. Pet
Why?
Sounds
What?
is-
What about it?
I don't know. It came to me, I think, at the right time in my life. Like my father had just passed away unexpectedly, and like, I don't know. It got me through some really crazy shit, and just almost like
Any song in
So-
particular?
something that John has, this is a way John described it to me that has stuck with me, is that it kind of spells out like feelings of love from every type of point of view, like someone loving someone else, someone loving somebody that's like left them, so they're feeling heartbroken, like feeling like someone's falling in love with you, and then like all kinds of different
Wow.
things.
Whoa.
Is that kind of accurate?
yeah,
Yeah.
That's it. I've described it like that, and I stand by it.
I'll stay.
Well,
I
I
approve
could-
that message.
Well, but
And I'm sure
I
you
could
try to
see why
say
that
John
could
did
be.
the same
I could see why that could be healing.
When you,
You know?
Definitely.
and you guys watch, I'm sure you've seen the movie with John Cusack.
No,
That's all-
I haven't.
Oh, you haven't
you
watched
got-
that yet?
you gotta watch
They
it.
watched. They hadn't seen it. I was like, you guys need to go watch that after we had Chris over. If that's one of your favorite albums, you need to watch that.
I will.
Really good movie, acting, and it kind of shows where he was at in his. I mean, because he had a lot going
Fuck's
on.
the name of
He
the
had
movie, Apple?
I'm not remembering it right now.
Way to go.
It'll pop into our
It's
heads.
not like the documentary.
It's like a lyric.
No,
No,
it's
it's
a-
got actors.
yeah.
Paul Giamatti plays his manager, who was a
Say no
real
more.
asshole.
Dude, it's
I mean,
It's pretty
it's a
amazing.
trip to see what he was going through and that he was able to do what he did.
but that you put that album on with headphones. Listen to it one time through. I could listen to that album for the rest of my life and not hear all the stuff that's in there.
Right. Yeah,
Same.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I would think that's incredibly fucking fun.
Yes.
to be able to do that shit.
Yes. Yeah, like some of that like machine sound stuff that we did on the song "The Machine" on the album. Like for example, washing machine. I feel like there's a couple other like really weird sounds we did. I think we did like a dinner bell, like in reverse, slowed way down, so it's like a long whoosh kind of thing. And yeah, it's like when you hear it, it's like you can't identify any of that stuff, but it's also like it sounds cool. It's just cool layers, and then part of the fun is like, oh, I know like what made that weird little sound.
Oh yeah.
It makes you like wonder on other records and stuff like that, like what little sounds are. One of the inspirations for that was like on the song "Willie the Pimp" by Frank Zappa. Like there's this rhythmic like clicking sound, and it's actually like a close mic'd comb that he's like running his thumb over. So it's
Oh,
like
that like.
yeah. So, yeah.
That was good, Apple.
So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know exactly.
I
Do that again.
I think we all know.
I love that sound. I remember doing that when I was a kid. And Mom would be like, "Would you stop that?"
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. So yeah, cool little sounds can make like really iconic stuff on an album.
Zappa's mom is like, damn it, he made millions of dollars doing that fucking comb thing.
Yeah, see, Mom, you would have just let me keep playing the combs. And then back to Love and Mercy is the name of that movie.
Okay.
So
Nice.
yeah, must see.
It's so sad that it was kind of depressing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's what's so amazing that album, which like so many people have said is one of the top albums ever, that he was able to do what he did.
Yeah, it kind of blew my mind because my idea of the Beach Boys was like shitty boy band surf rock.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think it's
Surfer
shitty. I
USA.
love it.
I never
it's my
dug it.
favorite. I love it.
Like it definitely was corny as hell when they started, but then Pet Sounds came
yeah.
out, like Smile, and just like some next level shit. You know?
Yeah, he was.
If you're driving down the Pacific Coast Highway with the Beach Boys on, you're living your best life.
Okay,
I feel that.
Right.
I'll give you that.
I will say though, Scott, coming back to your other point, I hate to pose an argument, but I did actually see the Beach Boys live a couple weeks ago, and there were I didn't notice any parts missing.
Oh, you saw
They
them a few
were-
weeks ago?
Yeah, nowadays, true. Yeah,
When they
it
can
was a
aff- when they
huge
can
ensemble.
afford, like,
It was
a
like
30-person band.
exactly. It was about 30 people on stage.
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
This
Wow.
guy's,
It
yeah.
was stacked.
Somebody with like the one chime hit. Yeah.
It's like, here's my
Where-
10 grand for the day.
Yeah.
Where'd you see him at?
Levitt Pavilion in Denver.
Okay.
Big outdoor.
Right
with
on.
Big outdoor like amphitheater with a lawn and stuff like that.
All right, I saw him once back in the '90s at Caesar's Palace.
Oh yeah.
John
Yeah.
Stamos.
Mel, didn't you see him too?
Yeah, I saw
By the
them in,
pool?
like no.
No, that's I saw him at
No,
Caesar's
it
Palace by
wasn't-
the pool. Everybody jumped in the pool afterwards,
Yeah.
and security was all pissed off.
I saw them.
They're trying to get
at
everybody to leave, and everybody just jumped in the pool and started pushing people in the pool. And
Yeah, another place.
another place.
I saw him in another place. It was a place.
It wasn't the place that Apple saw.
No, they were fun. There was beach balls and frisbees, and it was a whole outdoor event at Caesar's.
It's incredible that like the impact that they and 2 or 3 other bands had on popular music that are still echoing out into existence now. Like the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, the Beach Boys, like those bands made this huge ripple that's still going out.
Pretty sure Pet Sounds wasn't John Lennon like super influenced by Pet Sounds?
I've heard it every direction.
Yeah.
Like Sgt. Pepper's is their Pet Sounds is their Revolt. I don't know. I've heard it like a lot of different ways. But definitely I think there's a lot of mutual respect for sure.
Yeah. I think too that like we get to see the same thing now with bands like the Grateful Dead and Fish continuing these echoes outward and building this huge thing that you guys are a part of.
Definitely.
Tell me about the poster. I got to know more about this maze and stuff.
I don't even know really.
You don't?
I know it looks
Kind of
hella
no, but I
hard.
don't. It looks
Do you know if anybody's finished it?
I don't know yet, but we are running like a little contest that like if you finish it, you get put in a drawing and then you win like free tickets for a year, which seems like a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any show you want.
So whose idea was this?
I think so. This guy, Some guy.
His name is
his
Caton,
name
you
is
really
Killing it.
barely know.
In a Maze. In a Maze NFT is his like Instagram handle,
Right.
and he makes posters for artists that are like solvable mazes. That's kind of the idea.
Oh, okay.
And then it's a poster, and then that also comes with like a a QR link to a download that you can then like print out and solve, or solve it on your computer, so that you don't need to like destroy this beautiful looking poster. Yeah, it's like it looks incredibly hard and kind of dizzying. But if you're into mazes and stuff, I bet you'd like it.
Okay, so you don't know if you've gotten anybody that solved it.
I don't
think
know
we
yet.
have. Yeah. I mean, it's a I feel like we'll know when someone does, just because we are running a contest
Right.
for it. So.
Right. But also, I think we're just waiting for multiple submissions.
Yeah.
And then we'll pick a winner. I think.
Okay.
I think that's the idea.
All right.
So nobody in the band has completed the maze.
No.
Has anybody tried?
No. But I've looked at it and thought, nah.
No.
Go
It's an
1, 2.
endeavor.
Oh no, I'm done. Oh,
I kind of want to make it into a puzzle. I think it would be a great puzzle too. Totally different thing, but I'm more into puzzles than mazes.
It's like puzzleception. It's
Yeah.
a maze and a puzzle.
Puzzle
There
with
we
the
go.
maze on it. Yeah, it'll make
Yeah,
it
two
put in
things
the
in one.
pieces.
yeah, you finish the puzzle, then you can do the maze.
Oh.
So
Which
what's
then opens a box.
which and then the box,
Yeah.
so its table slides open.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the story with the space monkey?
College, drugs.
First track on the first album, right?
Yeah. I think it was like we had a bass player early on who was a big proponent of the like word jargon. Like he'd spit out a lot of nonsense that was pretty funny. I think Space Monkeys was one of those.
Probably. He also named Astral Turtle Dance.
Yeah.
So I assume
There's a
that
space
one.
animal theme going on early in the days of the Jauntee, and just been like a long-standing one of the first kind of like characters that we had that we thought to make like some merch out of or something. And then hilariously enough, like the first piece of merch we got with it, we were like, this is the opposite of what we were thinking.
right.
Like it looks like I don't even know what, like
A dragon
graffiti,
or
yeah, like a graffiti dragon. So
We didn't really use
we didn't really like it.
I had one of those shirts.
And then this guy in a Maze NFT kind of came out of nowhere with this, like he had made the design and was like, this is exactly what we thought of as Space Monkeys.
Oh well, so he nailed it.
So he nailed it. So I forget what the question was.
Isn't there a
but-
story behind the monkey? Like he's in space with the stuffed
yes,
animal. And
yes.
what's
so
up with
that?
that?
Was all created by the guy that made this map. He kind of like created
Oh,
this whole narrative.
shit.
Yeah. So it was definitely cool. Like, yeah, he created some like Jaunt lore, I guess, in order to like pair it with his poster.
Just because he wanted to do it?
Just because he wanted to do it. Yeah.
That's rad.
It is.
People
it is,
wanting to do stuff is cool.
It is very cool. It is very cool.
I like the original answer at the very top of that. You could have just stopped there. College and drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the name of
That's
this.
where
That's the name of
that's
this
where it
episode.
came from.
College and drugs.
I'm sorry, Dad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, tonight is the Goodfoot. You've played the Goodfoot before.
Yes.
Don't
Yeah.
even know
That was
how
where
many
we-
times.
Yeah,
How
that was
many
where
times have we
played
played
last
there?
time?
Yeah.
And it was raging.
Probably like 6 or 7 times now, something like that.
Dang.
Or maybe in Portland, but I don't know about
At the
just
Goodfoot.
At the Goodfoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Definitely a few.
We're
I'm
playing
excited.
tonight,
Yeah.
and we're gonna rage it.
Yeah.
And this
2
will come
sets?
out after that happens, but it should be a sign
It-
that
you know what?
anyone who missed it shouldn't miss it next time.
I think.
Ooh.
What do you guys think about this going out on Monday?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because this is like capping the whole thing that we help present, and they're
Yeah.
finishing the
That would make
tour.
sense. Yeah.
And you've played at the Big Dirty too, right?
Yeah.
We have?
played the Big Dirty. Yes. that's in
Okay.
Eugene.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
3 times now, right? Because last
This will
time,
be the second.
second.
The
I
first
feel
time
like,
we played in Eugene,
Yeah.
it was with
Third time in
Sponge.
Eugene. Yeah.
And it was at a
Mm.
different spot. It was at the whatever the game space. I forget the name of the venue, but it was an arcade with a bunch of pinball machines. It was pretty sweet.
Oh, that's cool.
World
World Pies.
World Pies.
No.
No, that's
No.
yeah,
That's a
the
pizza place.
Yeah, that's the
No.
pizza joint.
I'd love to hear your impression, like what you think of Eugene. What do you think of that city and the folks
I
there?
really like the skate park.
Okay. Anybody else?
Seemed like a lot of people went to college there and didn't leave there.
The drugs.
Settle down.
Drugs, man. College drugs.
I think that's kind of accurate.
I really liked it.
I liked it too.
I thought it had personality and like it
lush.
was unique. It was lush. It reminded me of the East Coast where I'm from, and
cool.
but cooler in a way. And yeah,
Eugene's
I forgot I was gonna say something
like
else.
the dude from I forgot the name of the movie, but it's got a particular set of skills. Eugene does.
Right.
Yeah, Liam Neeson.
Taken.
Liam Neeson, yeah,
Taken.
Taken, yeah.
I remember like there's certain we've been to a lot of different cities and towns, and there's some that you instantly say you like, oh, I could see myself living, like I could live here. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Eugene was one of those for me.
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah. What about you? What do you think?
I like it, and I also don't really remember it.
That's fair. You could just say, yeah. Yeah.
But I remember getting out and being like,
Yes.
you know,
I guess sometimes you don't
It's a
get to
heady
see
little
shit.
town.
Most times
You see the alley
yeah.
and the inside of the venue and then the van.
It could be anywhere in the country. We pull up to the venue, unload,
Dang.
play, load, go to the hotel.
Wild.
Yeah, I'd been to Chicago like 3 times before I'd been to Chicago, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
And
Yeah,
he
yeah.
still hasn't been
Took
there.
Yeah.
and I
anything
still-
in.
yeah, and I've never been to Chicago.
That's crazy. Like, you're seeing the weirdest like road trip of the United States ever.
Yeah. And I remember one time in particular, like we had been to St. Louis a few times. We had a day off, I think, and they all went and like went to like the arch thing, you know. And I just like stayed and slept the whole time. Like I didn't see anything about St. Louis at all while they were doing, you know, it's like not only do you barely see it, but then sometimes you don't even have the energy to see it when you can see it. you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're freaking
You
exhausted,
spend
dude.
many days, like full days off in hotels.
Yeah.
We watched like that whole weird TV show one time. The Leftovers, remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a
that
TV
is
show.
weird.
Yeah.
That's a depressing, weird.
It
That
was a
one of the
rainy
times-
2 days.
that
It was a
was-
rainy 2 days.
That was one of the times that I hadn't been to Chicago.
Well, it makes sense, and now I understand. You always understand, like when like big bands in the past, where they're like, "How you doing tonight, Philly?" and somebody's like, "We're in Detroit."
Yeah, yeah.
They're
Well,
like they don't even
Yeah,
know
it's-
where they're at.
It
Sometimes
makes sense.
I have done that.
Have you
You have?
really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Okay, guys.
Hell yeah.
I can't remember where.
When you just gotta be like, "Just kidding." Huh?
Random question.
Uh-oh.
It's the end of the tour. Y'all are exhausted. Somebody's like, I'm going to take you to the spa. You can get a facial, a massage, or a mani-pedi. What do you pick?
Manny Petty.
Dang, that was quick.
That was fast.
I'm leaning that way too because I've never had one and I really want to. And
Never had a facial either.
that's not true.
Oh, okay. Mani-pedi,
I've had
mani-pedi.
spa days before, but
Nice.
never the mani-pedi. But a massage is probably the right
Okay.
answer. That's probably the smartest answer.
All right.
We go massage.
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 Deep tissue.
I'm gonna go for the second smartest answer and say Manny Petty.
Because you know what you want. It's like,
John's the second smartest person in every room.
That's a really good random question, Mel.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Wait,
exhausting.
what'd you say?
What was yours?
Massage over here.
Massaging.
I
yeah.
guess that is the smart answer after being in a van
you
for
think,
weeks.
yeah, being
But, you know, then you get special attention on your arms and feet, too, when you get a mani-pedi.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That-
Thank
My
you.
understanding is that manicures
Mhm.
sometimes have a bit of a hand massage.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
If they don't, they're
Am I
they're
hearing this
Well,
right?
they're not. Yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
when we had that one, that was the only time I've ever had a mani-pedi in Vegas. When we came to the M and the foot
Oh
one.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Once she got through the late, like, oh my God, when was the last time you took care of your feet?
They had, it was like Dumb and Dumber with Apple with the
She- like, and she, like,
belt
and then-
sander.
Oh my God. And afterwards, it was just like, oh my God, I just need to go to sleep for 2 days. Like,
Right.
it was so relaxing.
All right, second random question. You just get back from tour, you're exhausted, you're finally home. Besides your bed and your toilet, what's the thing that you look the most forward to?
I just got a puppy about a month ago.
Aw,
I'm excited to get
cute.
back to him.
All right.
And then like pulling the shades, ordering Chinese food, not talking to anybody. What I'm
That's
looking
dope.
for. Yeah.
Almost the same answers.
His puppy. No.
I also got a puppy.
Wow.
Dang.
Scott just does everything Caton does. Like,
We talked about this last time.
Yes, we did. I have it written down.
To be honest, it's really creepy.
Oh yeah, because we went through the food.
Is it
thing,
creepy or
with
comforting?
The food and everything. Okay.
That's fucking funny.
I'm not gonna get Chinese though. I'm gonna get buffalo wings, and then I'm gonna go home and shut the doors and hopefully talk to no one. Even though my wife is gonna try and talk to me about it.
She's gonna try.
Yeah, she'll get guttural noises and shit.
Oh man.
I want to go fishing.
That's like
There you go.
the thing.
That's my thing.
Yeah, that's
like
dope.
my whole thing.
And that is a very relaxing.
Yeah, you don't have to talk to
thing,
anybody then
too.
either.
Yeah. Just out there with nature and just
All right.
quiet.
Bringing up the rear.
Just back to family life for me. I'll get some relaxing in, but I got a 2-year-old.
Your dad, yeah.
I got 2 dogs, and it's gonna be like the last week of just doing that before I play for a wedding band company, and September is like stacked. I have like 2 weddings a week for the whole month, so I'm gonna take that last little respite before
it's on.
diving in, do pretty much the same thing as much as I can, close the curtains and order food, and hope my kid doesn't need me too much.
I would say she's got to be, when you come home after a little tour, is probably so sprung to see you.
She's gonna be stoked. Yeah, it's getting more and more because she's almost 2 now, so she is realizing when I'm like not there and stuff. But I used to be able to like sneak out and come back, and it was like nothing ever happened.
She'll never know.
Yeah, but not anymore. Yeah, she'll
I
definitely.
just want to say nice use of the word respite.
Yeah, well done. You get 6 points for that for sure.
Maybe you're on the bonus round.
I've never heard that word. I thought you fucked something up. I was like, it's fine. That's fine.
They all rolled with it. I'm just gonna roll with it too.
He brushed it off. That's what Kate was talking about earlier. You know, just, you can fuck up, just go, keep going. What does respite mean?
Like a rest.
Yeah. Relax.
Like relaxation
yeah.
in the middle of craziness.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, break from things.
My bad.
You need some
I'm gonna have a
respite
talk with John
now.
later.
Yeah. Caton, what kind of puppy?
He is a
young one.
wire hair pointer Griffon, wire hair pointing Griffon mixed with a
Whoa,
golden doodle that was black, and his name is Pancho.
that's a fabulous fucking name.
Poncho.
Yeah.
So
Right on.
my mom is Italian and my dad is Jewish, and my dad wanted to name me Poncho.
Really?
That was a legit, almost my name.
I wish.
Your mom was like,
That would've
"Hell
been
no."
Poncho Schaefer. Yeah, that would have been
That
awesome.
would be kind of dope. It's not too late.
December.
I'm good.
I don't think we would have been friends.
Scott's
Or we
got
would
the
have been
same
better
thing.
friends.
Yeah.
Who knows?
He's got the
No.
same.
He's like the exact same dog, and his name's
Poncho. Yeah, his name's Poncho.
or Honcho. He's like, but I named him Honcho. Oh,
What's his name?
His name's Buddy.
Okay.
oh.
Dang.
They're the best. Did you guys ever meet Darwin?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we left him away. It was a good idea.
He's
He's
cool.
getting old and cranky.
Yeah, he's weird.
Shout out to Darwin.
So am I. It's fair. It's,
What's weird about him?
Yeah. He's
He has sporadic.
he'll
like
snap at people. He's getting a little.
yeah.
He's kind of blind in one eye.
Can't sneak up on him.
No.
Yeah.
But
No.
also, you can't even face him either. Sometimes he loves you for a second, and then he just like
He'll do
Wants-
he'll come right up to you
Yeah.
like, "Oh, pet me," and as soon as you reach your hand out, he's like, and just like loses
Getting
it.
a little senile.
And he's
Yes,
120 pounds.
I thought you were gonna say years old.
He's 120 years old. Had him forever. No, he's 120
Dog's
pounds. He's
Yoda, a
a
little
big
crusty
motherfucker,
dude.
and it's a little scary.
Right.
So we just leave him upstairs.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, my nephew's been staying. They just left yesterday. They've been here almost 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And he didn't warm up to him the whole
Really?
time.
I feel like he was fucking with him. Like Darwin would come over to him and like
he did let him pet him a couple times.
on him and just stand there and wait. And like wait for him to reach, and then he'd reach, and
yeah, I think he was messing with him. Yeah, my nephew has kind of a hectic energy.
Didn't have enough treats either.
no treats
No,
of
you're
the treats
right,
of the
Caton,
magic
he
key.
didn't.
And that's also the same for the Jauntee. When you go see them, bring them treats.
That's right. We love
Absolutely.
All the
treats.
treats.
Treats. Monetary
We
treats.
actually just went to Costco and Tyler bought a huge bag of candy, and we're gonna have a stomach ache.
Well,
on
Acting
that,
like we haven't been eating huge bags of candy this whole week.
yeah.
have you on this Pacific Northwest tour? Have you eaten anywhere that like awesome, or has
Besides
it
the gas
just
station?
been?
Costco.
Costco.
That's it. Okay, I was gonna say, has it just been like go and
We hit a
eat
food
in the van?
truck. What's the name of that?
My buddy John in Bend has a food truck called Southern Accent. It's like a po' boys and
Yeah.
Cajun type food. It's super good. It's down at Silver Moon Brewing, actually. Silver Moon Brewery, where they have bands play there and stuff like that. And he has a permanent food truck set up there. It's pretty dang good.
Yes.
When
I
got
love
here,
that. I love that kind of food.
Check it out if you're in town.
I randomly drove past the Trout Lake Food Hall. You know what that is?
No.
No.
It's like right outside of Portland. Maybe I'm saying the wrong name.
Troutdale?
Troutdale.
There it is.
Troutdale Food Hall. Something.
Yeah, Trout Lake's
It
up
was
at Hood River.
Like Oregon's on the food truck game.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Their
No,
food
those
truck
places
game.
are so sweet where they have like 20 food
Mhm.
trucks. And
Yep.
It's the best place
beer and
because
stuff.
there's something for everybody. When nobody
Yeah.
can decide, like I don't
Oh,
care,
no,
everybody
I
wants
want-
something different. You
Right.
go to one of those, and everybody's happy.
Big fan.
Yeah.
All right. Guys,
Well, this will be fun putting out Monday because we're going to the show tonight, and now and then
Yes,
we
gonna
can
make
do
Yeah.
we can tag on the end
we
of
can
it.
do it. Yeah, we can do our
Yeah.
trip report from tonight.
We're gonna make it.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it.
Yeah, so
We
you guys
can
better be on
So no-
fire.
no
Everybody
thinking
be a
tonight.
banger.
Should
Oh
we
no!
get the group photo at
try.
the Goodfoot?
Yeah.
Should we do that?
Yeah.
At the
And then we
GF.
can use that as the fucking word graphic for the
Yes.
show.
We can use that as the word,
Couldn't think of it.
Get
Well,
it
I'm
on
sure
stage
we-
with all the lights and stuff.
and you guys know, like right now, we always love going because of Goodfoot. It's always fun to come out and have baby
Baby
doll
doll
pizza
pizza.
before
It's
you go home.
That's decent slice for
Yeah.
next to a
It's
venue.
about as good as
Yeah.
it gets in Portland, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not really
Not a pizza town.
known for our pizza, but
Scott, you doing Dick's?
I'll be there.
You'll be there?
yeah.
All right. We'll see you there. We saw you in Mexico too. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
We
going
see
back?
you all over,
I'm
Scott.
going back.
He's into
We'll
the
be there.
fishing.
Man,
All right.
we should be going back too. Just saying.
Yeah.
All right. We will we'll be back
Uh,
once we are back from the show. I guess that's how you do this, right?
Pause.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is just a
Stay
pause.
tuned.
Yeah. Hang on a second. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
And we're back. Just like that.
And we're
Just
back.
like we said
Here
we
we
would
are.
be.
That simple. Except sans the Jauntee here in the studio with us.
Aw.
Yeah. This is kind of like a time machine where we're now back and went and enjoyed the show last night at the Goodfoot.
Except I didn't get to enjoy it.
How come you didn't go, Mel?
Well, I've got like 10 job, man, and I.
How many job you got, man?
No, I just had to be up early. I had to be up at
4:30 in the
4:30.
morning.
And once they said, "Oh, we're gonna go on at 9:45," I was like,
Read.
And they
Yeah.
went on about 10. And we told them that when we told them why you weren't, they're like, oh, she gets up that early. Wow.
Yeah.
Or-
4 days a week, everybody, 4:30 in the morning.
Ouch.
And it does hurt. It really affects a lot, actually. It affects our lifestyle. Sometimes
We'd be going to bed at like 7:30.
Yeah.
yeah, if you guys are up past 8, it's like, what's
What
going
are they
on?
doing?
It's
What-
weird. And when I see 9 o'clock, I get anxious. Like, I'm like, oh, fuck. So I've had to start training myself. Like, I tell myself when I go to bed, no matter how much sleep you get, it's enough.
Okay.
I've been saying that to myself, and I'm, whether it works or not, I feel good about it. And I usually feel good in the morning unless I really screwed up. Like if I would have went last night.
You would have been hurting today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I'm actually literally hurting today. But that has nothing to do with my sleep. That just has to do with my
Well,
body.
and that's a tough one not to do. I'd worked for years to quit doing that, like looking at the clock, like, okay, it's 9:30.
If I fall asleep
go to
right
bed
this
right
second-
Oh,
now,
no.
I'll have 7.5 hours, and then it's like, oh crap, now it's 7.
Well,
now
it's what you tell
6.5.
yourself before bed. It's like in your head. So I just started saying, whatever you get is enough. Whatever you get is enough. It's like a little mantra
You get
before I
what
go to
you
bed.
get and you don't throw a fit.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say a huge thank you to the guys in the Jauntee for putting
Yes.
on one hell of a show last night at the Goodfoot. This Pacific Northwest run is pretty damn amazing.
Yep.
And they are, I guess once this comes out, tomorrow they'll be done with their run. So
Yeah,
that was
tonight,
fun, guys.
Is tonight the last night?
Yeah.
Oh,
Out down in
right on.
Eugene at the Big
As
Dirty.
we're recording this
Right
on
on.
Sunday, they're playing the Big Dirty tonight and then headed home.
Yeah. So thanks for being so gracious and letting No Simple Road present your Pacific Northwest run, guys. That was super dope of you.
I hope you all enjoyed your run here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we're heading up to your neck of the woods, as you know, to come see Fish for 4
shit.
days.
It's
and
on.
do our little podcast at Fire on the Mountain, and this is going to be an exciting week.
Yeah, if y'all are going to be in Denver on Wednesday, we're going to be at Fire on the Mountain, the Wash Park location from 4 to 6 p.m.
4
We're
to
gonna be doing a
6.
live podcast and having some special guests. We're going to be doing some fish trivia. Come have some wings and some beer and
Some trivia.
Yeah, show your
prizes
knowledge of
and whatnot.
fish.
We
Come say hi.
yeah, we have a pretty good trivia thing set up.
Yeah, we learned some stuff preparing for
We
it.
have softball questions and not softball questions.
Yeah.
So come hang out with us, everybody. And hopefully we'll see all y'all out there. And until next time, we'll be back on Friday with another episode of No Simple Road. Until then, take care of each other. Smile at a stranger, safety third, hydrate. And we'll see you in Denver. Peace.
But it's a burden. Family needs has been deferred, and hella means been the earth, and alchemy can bring the birth, the melody of a newborn. So persistent, so resistant, so insistent, so commitment, so resilient, or haven't you learned it? No simple road. 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 My windshield is shattered as I focus through the spot in the corner that is still intact. The react is both a defense mechanism as well as a fear. We've traveled this road before, so we may think, but it's a tad bit of strange similarities that feed an A=A complex. The fears of your past do not equal the perplexities of the current road.
Hi, this is Henry Kay, host of the #1 music history podcast, Rootsland. Come with me on a journey to Kingston, Jamaica, where we explore the world of reggae music and the untold stories of some of the genre's greatest legends. From the ghettos and tenement yards where the music was born, to the island's iconic recording studios. We are so excited to team up with Osiris Media, the leading storyteller in music, because as you'll hear, sometimes the story is the best song.